Hello, Japan. My name is Charlie Vundla, and I am the writer, director, and producer on the feature film Hotel Leral Neng. I have a few questions here that I will be responding to. I hope you find my answers interesting. My future plans are that I'm working on a film that's set during the colonial era of South Africa in the early 1700s. It's called Frontier Mistress, and it is a Western genre film. And I am very excited about that project. We've taken it to a couple of markets around the world, and I hope to shoot the film next year. The reason I shot the film at the hotel is because I came back from Europe in early 2020, and I felt very motivated to make a film after I went to the Berlin Film Festival. And I wanted to make a film quickly. And so I looked around at the resources that were available to me. And a good friend of mine owns that hotel that we shot at. And I asked him if I could use his hotel as a location to shoot a movie. And when he said that he was fine with that, I built the story to be shot around that type of location. So I first looked at what resources were available to me, and then I built the film around those resources that were available to me. Most of the scenes within the film are indeed shot in one take, and I'd like to speak about this a little bit. What was my intention there? My First off, my intention for the film overall was to be very instinctive and to come into the film with a plan, but to very much be adaptable because I had very little money to kind of make the film in the traditional way. So I was a lot more at the mercy of the environment than I usually would be. So I had faith in the dialogue and I had faith in the script. And I basically didn't want to feel like I was cheating or manipulating the audience in any obvious way. So I just wanted to kind of observationally sit back and to just observe the characters in their natural habitat. And for the film to feel like it's real and it's unfolding just right there in front of you. No manipulation, no trickery from the director, nothing like that. But just take a look at these characters and I hope you find them interesting. We shot this film during the first wave of Corona in South Africa. And it was a very stressful time because we knew very little about the coronavirus and how things would ultimately go. There was a lot of fear. We didn't have insurance when we shot the film. So if we had gotten shut down because of Corona, the film would have died. But luckily, the film gods were on our side and we got to make the film. We shot the film in 6 days and we edited the film in 7 days, I believe. So the film was done very quickly. Again, mostly because we had no money. But I kind of factored that into the plan and that I had to choose a way to make the film that we could execute it very quickly. And I think that was also part of the reason why I shot every scene in one take, because that greatly reduced our editing time. We didn't have to really find anything in the editing room other than the best take and just letting it play out. I'm optimistic about South Africa and the continent of Africa as a whole. I think that we're going through very difficult times during the coronavirus pandemic. The continent really hasn't been vaccinated to the degree that Asia or Europe or North America have been vaccinated. We're lagging behind there. but that's changing now. And I think that we have more money coming in from international companies who are looking to boost film production. And that is very encouraging because I think that there are so many good African stories to tell. And the more resources we have to tell that story, the better. And now I think that there's a serious movement to bring the funds and bring all the necessary components to Africa, and for us to use our natural resources, natural wealth as well, to create good films and good stories to export to the rest of the world. It's been a very challenging time for me and the rest of the country during the pandemic. Lots of us have been working from home, as have, I think, a lot of people from different parts of the world. We've gone out a lot less. We've had to sacrifice parts of our lives. Our social existences have changed. I don't see my friends or family as often as I would like to. That is very difficult for me and my wife and my young child. We've had to pull my child out of school as well because of the coronavirus pandemic for a time. And yeah, it was very difficult for all of us. But I think that it has been nice to spend more time with my family at home and get to see my young son growing up in front of my eyes. I definitely appreciate these moments and think they're very special, and I enjoy sharing them with my family. I feel very honored. The Rotterdam Film Festival is a massive international film festival, and for me to have my movie world premiere there really puts a smile on my face and makes me relax a little bit and know that I'm doing good, world class creative filmmaking. A lot of time as a filmmaker, you think you don't know if what you're doing is good. You think it's good, but you don't know if the rest of the world will think it's good. But when you get that kind of international validation, it really means a lot to me personally and to my career. So I'm very grateful. I would like to say to the people of Japan who are watching my film and other African films for the first time, thank you. Um, I know that the African continent may be unknown to a lot of people in your country, and the fact that you are being so curious and interested, I think, is a great thing. That's one of the reasons why I love cinema, in that it can educate people from different parts of the world about unique cultures that they do not know exist. And I hope that my film brought a unique world and unique characters to your lives and enriched your lives and broadened them. So thank you again for watching my film, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned something. So thank you again.